Today on Fresno State Focus, we take a look at a memorial dedicated to one of our own students.
We'll show you all the things you can borrow from the library besides books.
Plus, a spooky tower tradition that locals look forward to every Halloween. Fresno State Focus starts now. Hello and welcome to Fresno State Focus. I'm Cruz Gonzalez.
And I'm Julia Vela. The man accused in the deadly Pittsburgh synagogue massacre now faces trial on 44 counts. That tops our 7 things to know today. Earlier today, Robert Bowers was charged in a 44-count indictment accusing him of federal hate crimes. He's accused of killing 11 people in a shooting, the worst attack on Jewish Americans in our country's history. All week, all faiths of the Pittsburgh community are coming together for each of the heartbreaking funerals.
Southern California Edison now admits to being the cause of the second largest fire in state history. The Thomas Fire forced more than 100,000 people to evacuate their homes in Santa Barbara and Ventura counties. The power company says its power lines sparked the fire that destroyed over 1,000 homes. 2 people died.
5,200 troops are headed to the U.S.-Mexico border in response to the thousands of immigrants seeking asylum in America. They are walking from Central America. The caravan started with 7,000 and is now a lot smaller as some people have either gone home or are seeking asylum in Mexico. Air Force 4-star General Terrence O'Shaughnessy said today, "I firmly believe border security is national security."
Get ready to turn your clocks back an hour. Daylight saving time ends this weekend. This means we'll all gain an hour of some much-needed sleep. Proud Red Sox fans are gathering today to celebrate the World Series victory. Duck boats filled the streets of Boston, carrying players, coaches, and their families. In a parade, the team beat the Los Angeles Dodgers this past Sunday in just 5 games, marking their 4th World Series victory in the past 15 years.
Happy belated birthday to our Media, Communications, and Journalism department. Last Thursday, Fresno State's MCJ department celebrated its 90th birthday. The event started late in the afternoon with tours of the TV studio, the radio station, and news building. Then, the party moved to the Satellite Student Union for ice cream and mingling.
MCJ as a whole is a huge major, and I feel like a celebration like this was really rewarding as a student. It's really nice as a community coming together.
The department was very happy about the turnout and hopes to see everyone there again in 10 years for the 100th birthday celebration.
We round out our top 7 things to know today with a reminder of a big fundraising effort from Fresno State. Tomorrow is the Day of Giving. Paula Castillo, the Vice President of University Advancement, is here to tell us all about it. Thanks for coming by, Vice President Castillo.
It is great to be here. Thank you for having me.
All right, now tell me, what's the Day of Giving?
Okay, it's a 24-hour online fundraiser. It starts at midnight, and it goes all day and all night tomorrow. So 24 hours, and anybody can contribute to Fresno State.
Now tell me, what are you guys planning to fundraise for? Like, where are we going to see this going?
All kinds of things, and of course, we're all about student success. So every donation and every donor that gives, whether how big or how small, is helping to drive student success. So it could be scholarships, it could be study abroad, it's the President's Circle that gives back to lots of different causes all across campus. It's definitely Learning Center and Victory Bulldog and all the great things that our students love to support in addition to our greater community.
Definitely. So I know you said this is your guys' 2nd year doing this. Now tell me how you guys did last year and what you're doing to, expect to top it this year.
Well, I had goosebumps last year because it was our first ever, and over 1,000 people contributed, and we raised $424,000 in a single day. It was huge. And I walked around campus and all across the community, thanks to social media. The buzz was high and people were contributing. And when you go online at our website, which is Day of Giving at Fresno State, dayofgiving.fresnostate.edu, you can see a ticker actually moving. And so all day long, the contributions were incredible. So it's great. Very exciting.
Well, thank you for being here, Paula. We've been talking about, tomorrow we'll be talking about how much you guys raised with the Day of Giving, and, we're really looking forward to it. So thank you, Paula, for joining us.
Go online.
Always, always. So like I said, on next week's Fresno State Focus, we'll give you guys an update on how well they did. The Fresno State campus has a number of memorials that honor the legacy of those we've lost. From large monuments to small trees, they're all placed with a purpose to educate, commemorate, and reflect. Razmik Kanaz shows us how a single bench entry honors a life of an artist lost too soon.
I am suddenly myself again. The weight of realization is sending me floating into the clouds like Remedios the Beauty.
Those words of poetry are engraved on this bench. The writer is no longer with us, but her grace lives on through this memorial. Mia Barraza Martinez was a thriving writer, artist, and educator here at Fresno State, but her life suddenly ended in a car crash in 2016. Magda Gilwicks is the director of the Writing Center where Mia was a tutor. She wanted to create something that would continue to showcase Mia's spirit.
You know, Mia was so young, and I wanted to have something living to commemorate her, something that would be growing and alive.
So a valley oak tree was planted here with a plaque that honors Mia with 4 very distinct words.
It says campesina, it says Chicana, it says activist, it says poet.
Mia's friend and former classmate Monique Quintana helped select these words.
This was a lot of language that she used to talk about herself and to talk about her art and talk about all the things that the community gave her.
Another element of the bench is these tiles here at the top. They not only represent Mia, but her family history. Una Mallorca is the art professor who created the tiles. The pattern she used was from a tablecloth made by Mia's mother.
The images came from our own garden. They were done in a kind of folk art style in cross stitch.
As active and vocal as she was, Mia valued time to sit and reflect on her own. A place like this would have been ideal.
Especially like if you're a writer, especially if you're a poet, a lot of times people think of you in a public capacity. And I think I'll always treasure all those quiet moments when I saw her really kind of being with herself and reflecting. The lines pressed into my palms, written there before birth, have birds perched like on power lines before rain.
And like her poetry, her legacy will live on. Rosmi Cañas, Fresno State Focus.
The Master of Fine Arts Department also created the Mireya Barraza Martinez Prizes for social justice writing. The awards are given to 1 undergraduate and 1 graduate student who submit a written piece that addresses social justice issues. Mia was 1 semester away from earning her Master of Fine Arts degree in creative writing.
We are 6 days away from the midterm election. It's next Tuesday and it's big. It could change the power of Congress. It could also affect something as simple as the price of eggs. Here to remind us why our votes count is political science professor Dr. Lisa Bryan. Thanks for being here, Dr. Bryan.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So what advice do you have for new voters?
I would say probably the biggest thing for new voters to do, if you've never voted before, is familiarize yourself with what's going to be on the ballot. And so there are a couple easy ways to do that. You know, it can be overwhelming to get in the voting booth and see this long ballot and not know what everything is. So one nonpartisan website that students can go to is votersedge.org. And that's a nonpartisan website by the League of Women Voters. And you put your address in, and it will literally tell you every candidate that's going to be on the ballot, every ballot proposition, every ballot measure, so you can review them. And then it gives you sort of pros and cons about the different issues so people can have an informed decision.
Oh, wow, that sounds very convenient for new voters to gain a lot of information.
Everything's sort of right there in one package. It's nice.
That's perfect. So, and why is it so important for young people in particular to get involved in politics and to go out and vote?
Well, you know, if we think about how government works, right, government reflects the people who have a voice and an input in government. So if you don't necessarily like the bills that government is passing, or you don't necessarily care for politicians that are in office and what their agenda is, the only way to have an impact on that and make a difference is to go out and vote, because politicians listen to the people who show up at the polls.
Definitely. And so what do you think we as young people or as college students should be looking for in measures?
Well, I think, you know, people have a lot of different interests. So there's a parks measure on the ballot. So maybe parks, you're interested in more parks in your part of town or your neighborhood. That might be something you're interested in. So you want to look at that. You might want to think there's a, you know, a get rid of daylight savings time measure on the ballot this year. So if you don't like setting your clock forward or backward, that's on the ballot. I think that ultimately you need to think about the politicians who are in office and if they're representing your interests best. And I mean, most of the time when we think about voting, we think about candidates. Issues are important too. But I really think students need to sit down and think about, you know, who's in office sets student loan interest rates, and think about jobs packages or how much you're paying in taxes. You know, all of these things matter even to young people, right? You're going to graduate and get a job and pay taxes, and all of that stuff makes a difference.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, thank you so much for your input. I appreciate you being here today.
Okay. Thank you for having me.
We've been talking with Dr. Bryant from the Political Science Department about next Tuesday's midterm elections.
Coming up on Fresno State Focus, zombies take over Fresno's Tower District.
Plus, we take you behind the scenes of some cute fall Instagram photos that are flooding your feed. That and more when we come back.
Success. At Fresno State, it's no secret. It's discovering new ways to change our world. It's creating opportunities as diverse as our community itself. It's in the distinction of our graduates as they lead us into the future. Success is no secret at Fresno State. It's our mission.
This is our Fresno State, forming relationships and learning experiences that last a lifetime, making friends who are like family, learning from professors who treat us like family, and earning a degree to make a better future for our family. Engaging our alumni generation by generation by generation. This is our Fresno State. Welcome to the family.
Hello, I'm Deja Wright, and happy Halloween. What better way to celebrate this time of the year than to dress up and scare people, but do it while you're on a bar hop. I got to walk with the dead for one night during this spooky bar crawl that happens every year.
Are we ready to roll? Yeah, where's our next stop?
Attention Fresno residents, monsters are taking over. The 9th annual zombie bar crawl had some interesting characters this year, one of them being a hearse. For this group of individuals, it is a perfect time to show off their spooky wheels.
We just got to bring our beautiful car out to the zombie crawl. You only get to drive this several times a year, and so we had to come on out.
Play some zombies, man.
Driving off into the night, they didn't have to look too far.
This tower has become one of terror as the Walking Dead descend upon it, ready to take over the night.
And that they did. From corner to corner, the streets were crawling with zombies and ghouls looking to quench their thirst. Zombies of all kinds hopping from bar to bar, looking to have a killer time.
This is like the first time we're doing it. It's like super fun. We've gone to 3 places.
And some say the best thing is dressing up and actually being a part of the fright.
Actual hunt. Scaring people.
For one night, you can be a part of Fresno's Zombie Society, wreaking havoc on all its bars and nightlife in the Forever Tower District. Look out for the zombie bar crawl next year in Tower District to participate in all the spooky fun. Now back to Cruz and Julia, who are joined by an interesting new spooky friend.
To keep the spooky or creepy Halloween theme going here,
we invited Amanda Ramsey back from the Fresno's Chaffee Zoo, and she's creeping us out all right with a hissing cockroach. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, how are you guys today?
Pretty good.
Great.
Now tell me,
you?
What's this you have here?
So this is a Madagascar hissing cockroach. This one in particular is a female. These large species can grow 2 to 3 inches long.
Wow, now does this hissing cockroach have a name?
You know, this individual does not have a name. In fact, we have quite a large colony at the zoo, and these guys, they prefer to keep their names to themselves.
Wow, that's crazy. Now, how long can these cockroaches live?
You know, in the wild, we're not quite sure, but in a zoo setting, up to 2 to 3 years.
Oh, wow. I feel like that's a long lifespan for such a little creature.
I know, it's crazy. They live a bit longer than you guys would anticipate. In fact, these guys are a little bit different from a lot of invertebrates, not only in the way that they carry their young, but in the way they make noise as well.
Wow, so why do they hiss, and do all cockroaches make noises?
So not all cockroaches make noises, and definitely not all of them hiss. Madagascar hissing cockroaches hiss, well, in mating, in battling for a mate, and when they're a little bit surprised. So if they were to encounter a predator, well, the top, their thorax here, covers their head and it makes their head appear larger. So a hissing larger head might mean a snake that they found in the ground and not something like a little roach.
Oh, wow. So
yeah, I was about to say, you mentioned a little roach. Now, what, differentiates this exotic creature here from, your everyday cockroach you may find under your fridge?
Well, there are many, many thousands of species of cockroaches and roaches in general. When it comes down to it, 99% of them aren't pests. They're not animals that are going to inhabit human dwellings or anything like that. So one of the biggest differences you're going to find not only in that making noise, but also in what they're looking for. These guys have a natural habitat, whereas ours, unfortunately have decided to invade our backyards and basements.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Amanda, for being here.
Thank you.
We've been celebrating this creepy holiday with Amanda Ramsey, zookeeper from the Fresno Chaffee Zoo.
Thanks, Amanda, for coming by. And have a great Halloween. Let's move from creepy to cute. What a better way to celebrate Halloween than with some gorgeous pictures at the pumpkin patch. Fresno State Junior Alyssa Pierce grabbed her gals and headed to First and Knees in Fresno to capture a few shots for the fall season. Pierce tells us which parts of the pumpkin patch make for the best photos.
There was one over there that had a witch sign and a boo sign that was cute, but all the ones that have like different kinds of pumpkins and different colors and a lot of hay around, I think that was nice.
Pierce and her two friends were the only ones who turned the pumpkin patch into a photo shoot. The picturesque pumpkins, flashy Ferris wheel, and cool coasters make this a popular photo destination. There's so much more than photo ops at the pumpkin patch.
Razmik Canas is live at Planet Pumpkin to show us what is going on this Halloween. Hey, Razmik.
Hey, Cruz. Hey, Julia. Happy Halloween to everyone there in the studio. We're here at Planet Pumpkin in Fresno, and you can see right next to me, there's a bunch of pumpkins, all different sizes and some funky ones over there. But what's really cool is that the party's just getting started here. The music's up, and I see a couple of unicorns here with me right now. This is Finley. And Finley, are you enjoying your Halloween so far? Yeah? Are you excited for Halloween? Like, what do you have planned? Are you going to go trick-or-treating? Yeah? What is your favorite candy that you want to get tonight?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. All the chocolate? Awesome. You guys look great in your matching costumes. Hope you have a great Halloween. Thank you. Awesome. And we're here at Planet Pumpkin. And it's going to be open all night for anyone that's interested in having a little Halloween fun. So stay spooky, stay safe. Reporting live here at Planet Pumpkin, Razmik Canas, Fresno State Focus.
Fresno State is also in the Halloween spirit. Students flocked to the USU balcony and pit for the Halloween fest put on by USU Productions. There were carnival games like the ring toss, as well as an array of other competitions. There was a mummy rap contest, the evil laugh competition, and of course a costume competition. This year's honors went to Sergio Flores for his Doctor Strange costume.
The Henry Madden Library has a hidden corner where students, faculty, and staff can check out more than books. At the Student Tech Lending Center, there are a lot of opportunities for gadgets available to students. The Henry Madden Library's Tech Lending Service helps put modern technology in the hands of students for free.
Not all students can afford the new technologies, and not everyone is aware of all these items. So we, as the Tech Lending Department, provide these items for on a free basis, and we loan it to students, faculty, and staff.
The Tech Lending Department accounts for 2/3 of the library's total checkouts, but not every checkout is high-tech as a 3D printer and action camera. Some are just simple items to help students in their everyday classes.
I found it to be very useful. Those long nights in the library, you need to charge your phone, you need to charge your computer, whatever. They have those battery packs that you can rent out. Super easy, super convenient, and yeah, I love it.
Whether you need a phone charger, digital camera, or even a 3D printer, the Tech Lending Center has you covered.
We try to provide the best experience to the Fresno State students, faculty, and staff, and as much as electronic equipment we can provide.
The Tech Lending Center is open during normal library hours.
Hi, Fresno State Focus. Today we're going to be talking about exercise guidelines you should be doing throughout your daily life. So the American College of Sports Medicine has recommended that the average person gets 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week.
We all know that we have busy schedules during the week in school, but you're able to actually split these minutes up during the day. So if you can do 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes at night, that's actually been seen to be beneficial as well with exercise. So it doesn't all have to be on one day. You can split it up through the week.
So whether that's running on the track or at your local rec center, working out, walking to and from class, riding your bike, playing sports with your friends, whatever it is, just get up on your feet so you and your body can be happy.
And just like that, cardio for all of us. Next week's Health Minute will focus on stretches you can do from spending too much time on those mobile devices.
Coming up in sports, we will take a look at how Fresno State football is climbing the ranks as the team gets ready for this weekend's big game on the road.
Plus, see some of the top costumes this Halloween if you still need a good idea for the night.
I got the bulldog spirit up in my head.
Up in my head.
Up in my head.
I got that bulldog spirit up in my head. Up in my head to say. I got that bulldog spirit deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Got that bulldog spirit deep in my heart. Deep in my heart to stay. I got that bulldog spirit down in my toes. Down in my toes. Down in my toes, I got that bulldog spirit. Down in my toes, hey, down in my toes to stay. I got that bulldog spirit up in my head, deep in my heart, down in my toes. I got that bulldog spirit all over me, hey, all over me to stay. I got that bulldog spirit deep in my heart, deep in my heart, deep in my heart. I got that bulldog spirit.
Welcome back. I'm Clayton Jones with your focus on everything sports. The Bulldogs are now in championship form. They rolled through Hawaii on Saturday and broke into a number 23 national ranking in the AP poll for the first time since 2013. The game didn't go exactly as planned, as one of the 4 lighting structures in the stadium went out midway through the first quarter, causing a 30-minute delay. But the Dogs quickly got back on track. Through the air with 2 first-half scores to Jared Rice and Jameer Jordan. This gave the Dogs a 14-3 lead going into the second quarter. Running back Ronnie Rivers also joined in the fun with 125 yards rushing, gashing the Rainbow Warrior defense. It was highlighted by a 76-yard touchdown run. This was Ronnie's first 100-yard rushing performance of the year. They are atop the Mountain West West Division standings and are looking to extend their win streak to 7 this Saturday on the road against UNLV. The women's soccer team advances to the Mountain West Championship as the 5 seed after surviving a regular season play with a tie against San Jose State. And it was fitting on senior night that senior goalkeeper Nicole Thoreau had an outstanding performance, finishing off all 11 of the Spartans' shots on goal. Our Lady Dogs will face off against San Jose State Tuesday night at 7. We showed you the big Red Sox parade earlier in this newscast. Now the Major League Baseball talk will revolve around what team rosters will be looking like next year. As of Monday, MLB players no longer have to file for free agency. The 5-day negotiating period begins this weekend. The Nationals' Bryce Harper and the Dodgers' Manny Machado are 2 of the top-ranked sluggers on the market. Even Clayton Kershaw could move. The Dodgers will likely be a very different team next year. Women's volleyball has been making the Valley very proud this year, with a conference record of 9-2 and an overall record of 17-7. I'm joined today by senior Taylor Slover. Taylor, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So, coming off a disappointing 12-18 season last year, you guys are now 17-7, ranked 2nd in the Mountain West. What do you attribute to that success? How have you guys turned things around?
I think just our team culture is a lot different this year. We don't view games as so much as tests, but they're more of like learning experiences, and just the preparation as we go into games is totally different than it was last year as well. We're just a lot more prepared than we were in the past.
Is that maybe because you guys have a new head coach?
Yeah, I think that's definitely a lot of it has to do with, yeah. But we're also very old. We have like 7 seniors, I think, or so. I think, yeah, 7. So I think just the fact that we're a lot older too, like, you know, so we have better mental game instead of like young players, and
right.
So that's helpful.
What's your guys' goal for this year?
That's the thing. My coach isn't too big on goals. He just says each game, like I said, it's not a test. It's just an opportunity to get better. So we want to be the best prepared team in the Mountain West and the fastest learning team in the Mountain West. So as far as goals go, it's just win the game in front of us, win the point in front of us.
So what's your guys' strategy coming up against Boise State? I know it was pretty competitive last time around, so what are you guys looking to do coming into the game tomorrow?
We haven't watched film yet. We'll watch some film today and tomorrow, but as far as strategies go, we love to just focus on our side of the court, and then their side of the court will take care of themselves. It'll all work out.
Wonderful, wonderful. You can watch Taylor and the women's volleyball team play Thursday night at 7 against Boise State, where all students will get in free with their ID. Thanks for stopping by, Taylor.
No problem.
And that's your focus on sports. Let's go to Julia now with a look at a sport a lot of people are getting into here on campus.
Thanks, Clayton. This sport can be done virtually everywhere, and you can do it by yourself or with a group of friends to shake off some stress. On this campus, look no further than the USU.
The Bulldog Bowling Alley is a spot where students score, both in games and in prices. The alley is located on the lower level of the USU and features 12 lanes, billiards, and an arcade.
Yeah, typically throughout the year we have different events that are free bowling events, or we do have bowling events that are $1, and then we do some of the 50% off. It's just like around the holidays.
They offer a special for students on weekday mornings where you can purchase 2 games for just $4.
Here at the Bulldog Bowling Alley, students are taking advantage of a $1 homecoming special.
Freshman Diego Nieves visits the bowling alley for its relaxing atmosphere.
Oh, definitely. This is definitely like a must-know spot. Like I said, there's already enough to do here, and along with that, there's a snack shop and food cheap there, and it's just a good environment. And if you're lucky enough, someone will be playing music, which is even better.
For Juan Beltran, coming to the bowling alley is a fun way to get to know his classmates outside of school.
Recently, I have been coming a lot with like my junior friends. You know, before we didn't really hang out a lot, but now we're starting to like hang out more, and we're starting to get more involved with campus life. It's really fun.
Students use the bowling alley to bond and relieve stress during those busy school weeks.
For more information on bowling, billiards, and prices, visit the USU webpage at fresnostate.edu.
Well, I know I've gone bowling for quite a while. That was the first thing I did when I was a freshman. I came by. What about you?
Yeah, definitely. I go by with my roommates, and I went through with girls from my sorority, and it's just a really fun place to be.
I would definitely agree. You know, you don't want me bowling. They call me the pro. Okay, I'm the champ. I'm gonna let you know right now.
I'm the gutter champ, so we could like even each other out.
Well, in other news, Halloween is once a year, and some people look forward to dressing up all year long.
It seems as if every year people get more creative with their costume choices. Let's take a look at some popular costumes celebrities are wearing today. Life in plastic is fantastic. First up, we have Kylie Jenner dressed up as Barbie. She posted the photo today, and already it has 6 million likes.
Next, Queen Bee is Toni Braxton. Beyonce's Halloween costume paid tribute to Toni Braxton. The costume was a replica of Toni Braxton's self-titled debut album.
And this is a cute one. Comedian Kevin Hart and his family dressed up as minions. Pictured here are his wife and kids. And 3 children, excuse me.
Oh, look at that.
Well, that's so cute. Now let's check out some people we know, the Fresno State Focus Crew.
All right, we all called our moms for this segment. Here, look at all the cool or embarrassing costumes we dressed up as when we were kids. Oh, man. Ooh. The suspense.
The suspense, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I don't remember much of my childhood, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, my mom never bought me a Halloween costume. She always wanted me to be creative. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I came up with some pretty good ones throughout the years.
Yeah, definitely. My grandma always made my costumes when I was little, so I always had something unique, and it fit me perfectly, which is the nice thing about having a homemade costume.
I was dressed up as my life-size Barbie, and my kneecaps were really ashy in my photo, so I'm glad it didn't play.
Oh, there they are.
Oh, no. Oh, no. It's coming back.
Oh, my gosh, how cute.
Aw, thank you.
Cruz.
Looking good, Cruz.
With the lipstick blood?
Is that Katie?
I think that's Katie. It is,
Katie,
yeah.
That's an awful, you know.
Wow, cute.
Oh
my
gosh,
with the 3D glasses,
he
you
rocks
gotta love it.
Suspenders.
Still looks the same. Next week on Fresno State Focus, we'll be covering the election.
Happy Halloween, guys.
We'll see you next week.